In this demonstration, I'll show you how to safely share just part of your model with a third party. You may have a scenario where you need a third party to review or edit part of your model, but they aren't permitted to access your complete model. Obviously, you want to preserve any relationships that cross between the part of the model you're sharing and the rest of your model. This is made possible by Enterprise Architect's Placeholders feature. Placeholders represent the connected elements that exist outside of the model fragment you've exported, in this case for editing by that third party. In this example, I have a requirements view that contains a package named Manage Users. I also have a use case view with a corresponding package. Now I've hired a consultant to help edit my requirements model, so I want to send them this Manage Users package for review and editing. To complete that task, they'll need to have some context. For example, as shown on this diagram, some of my requirements directly trace to my use case model, so they'll need to see these relationships to be able to assess the impact of their changes. But the use case elements contain confidential information that can't leave my organization, so I can't send them the entire use case model. Instead, when I export the requirements package to XMI, using the Publish ribbon here, EA inserts placeholders for each missing related use case element. On import, the consultant can choose to display these element stubs or placeholders. Let's switch to the consultant's view now. They start with an empty model ready to import my requirements package from the XMI file I sent. To see the placeholder elements, which will be use cases in this example, they need to ensure that placeholders are enabled. They do that from the Start ribbon, under Preferences, XML Specifications, and make sure that the Create Placeholders option is checked. Now they import the requirements package from the Publish ribbon, Import XMI. Opening the Manage Users diagram, which you saw earlier, notice the placeholder elements representing the external element references, my use case elements. As the consultant now, I can easily update the requirements, such as changing the name here. It's also readily apparent to me which requirements are linked to another view, and I can rearrange the placeholders diagrammatically. But importantly, I can't access the details for those external references, nor do I have any way to edit them. They're simply represented as read-only boundary elements. Similarly, for the connectors to external elements, I can't make changes to the properties. Because of the shared ownership with the requirements elements, though, I can view the relationship properties. And I can perform an impact analysis to inform my editing decisions. Using the traceability view, for example, I can easily determine which elements have external dependencies, regardless of whether they're drawn on a diagram such as this. When I'm finished editing, the original model author can synchronize with my updates either automatically or selectively using a baseline merge. So placeholders can provide context for the model part you're working on, even though you don't have access to all external related elements. They also help facilitate various distributed model editing scenarios, including when you apply version control to local, incomplete models that are derived from a master repository.